Good morning, students. I am Sanjay Gupta, Faculty of Informath. In this session, we are going to discuss the solution of NIMSET 2020 computer questions. So here we are going to start. The first question comes here. The first question is, we start with the slides from the beginning. Here is the first question. Assume x dash represent negation of x. The Boolean function x dash y dash plus xy plus x dash y is equivalent to. Fine, students, this is question based on the Boolean algebra, and you should know the rules. From the first day in our institute, we teach the students about the law, Boolean law, and we tell them it's very important question. It's an NIT trademark. So I hope ki our students has attempted this question correctly. So now I am giving you the solution of this question. So if we write the equation is solution x dash y dash plus xy x dash y. So first of all, we will take a common from first and third term. So we have x dash outside, then y dash plus y, and this is a rule, complement rule is equal to 1. So this will become only x dash plus now middle term will be there. Now this is distributive law. Using distributive law, we can minimize it further. That is a plus bc. If we expand this rule, that will be a plus b into a plus c. So now according to this, x dash is a plus is b. Then again x dash is a and y is c. Again this is a rule, same complement rule, that will becomes to 1. 1 into anything is same, so the answer is x dash plus y. That is the answer, so we will go for the option A. So the right option is A. So it matches with the NIT experts. Now here comes the second question. It's based on the memory, computer memory. The memory unit which directly communicates with the CPU is known as, this very basic fundamental question. Fine. Uh, as you know, uh, you have studied about the block diagram of computer. So very very basic question of computer fundamentals. So here comes the CPU. So here we write memory at the top. Then we have CU and then we have ALU. So this is the basically computer and this is the memory. And student, this is not a hard disk. This is not um, a pen drive or cache memory. This is purely primary memory. It's a primary main memory that interacts with the computers. Fine. So because if we talk about the cache memory and some other memories, they are just very new memories, latest memories that we have using from last 20 or 25 years. But if we think about the beginning, then only primary memory was there at that time that interacts with the computer. Fine. So still it is hold this definition. The only primary memory interacts with the CPU. So the answer is primary memory or main memory or RAM. There is the answer. It is not auxiliary memory, not secondary memory, not shared memory. So I think it's very clear to you. Option A is the right answer. Again, matches with expert. Here's the third question based on again dynamic RAM. Again, important question that we study in our institute. So uh, when we study about the memory, we divide the memory in, you can say, RAM in two types. So RAM is of two types. One is called dynamic RAM. Second is called static RAM. Fine. There are so many differences between these two. So one difference is asked in the question. Sorry, that's the previous question. Here comes uh, the slide. The RAM. One is DRAM. Second is static SRAM. And some feature properties of dynamic RAM is that it is large in memory, large in size. It is small in size. Fine. Roughly, it can be up to 8 GB तक RAM use होती है, but it's still we are using 4 to 8 MB cache memory. It is very fast because it is made up of transistors. ये transistor से बनी होती है. And it is little bit slower because ये capacitor से बनी होती है. Fine. It consumes less power because it needs refreshing, and it consumes more power because transistor require more power. So now from these properties we can attempt this question. The answer will be dynamic RAM consumes less power, it's a less power, and is slower. Yes, it's slower, and it's slower than the static RAM. So slower, less and slower. We will go for the third option, and that matches with experts. Here comes the fourth question. The state question of number system, although it's a little bit lengthy, but in our institute we teach the students about the smart work. Fine, not every question should be completed in the normal way. That will waste your time. So what is the smart work or intelligent work is that instead of solving this whole questions properly from the beginning, why not just see the options? And option after the decimal points, just see all the options after the fractional parts are different, almost different. So first we will try this small part, that is will take less time, 0.125. Decimal to binary में convert करेंगे हम. Fine, because 234, I think all the option will be same and it will be take more time. So this fractional part will take less time. So it's very simple to convert decimal to binary. Multiply the fractional part by 2 and here is the product. And this is the base digits that will come give you the answer. The base digit is 0. This is the product. This is the base. This is the fractional part. So we have a table with 4 columns. So now base digit will be 0 and now this fractional part is carried to the next line. Again multiply with the same base. Again the product is 0.5. Again base digit will come 0. Again fractional point will carry it to the next line and now we will get product 1.0. Now base digit is 1 and we get the fractional value 0. So 0 we can stop at when we have fractional value 0 because it will be 0 further. So now we can consider this digits top to bottom. Top to bottom. Fine, the answer will be 0.001. Now let's see the options. Whether this satisfied the answer, whether we are able to get the right answer. Yes, because all 4 options are different and this matches with this C answer. So no need to discuss solve it. This is already solved by the experts, by the examiners. So why to waste the time for solving this? But you can solve it. In case of emergency, it's very simple to solve 234 into binary, dividing it by 2 or using 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128 method. So you can add these values 1, 1, 1, calculating. So you can get the right answer. So this is the smart work you have to always keep in the mind by for the saving your valuable time. If you can save the time for easy questions, you can devote that time into the more other questions. And that is the key point of success in NITs. Now, let's see the next question. Next one is again based on a number system. It's again determine the octal equivalent of decimal to octal convergence. Decimal to octal convergence. So Now again, this very large numbers will take a lot of time. It's 4, 3, 2, 2, 6, 7, base 10 to base 8. Fine. Now there are two ways of solving this question. First way is to attempt it properly, like as college studies for normal institute do. Please, students, divide. What is the basic method of converting a small number? Let's say take a small number, 74 base 10 to octal is to divide the number 74 by 8, and the quotient will be 9, 9 8 are 72, and the remainder will be 2. Here is the answer will be 92. Fine. It's because the number is small, it's took very less time to solve it, and it's okay. But now it will be foolish to solve this question, this 46, 4 lakh 32,267, such a big number by 8, finding the quotient, remainder. Student, it will take 4 or 5 minutes of you, of even mine. Fine. Now, what examiner thinks? He's just checking your division or multiplication. No, he's not checking your division or multiplication. He's checking your IQ, intelligence, logic. So now I tell you the second way of getting the answer in just 10 seconds. No need to solve all the question properly. What is the benefit of this question? It's just mere time consuming. We are just judging your multiply power or division power. No, that's not the aim of MCA entrance of checking multiplication and division. So now what is the main logic? The main logic of the number system is, see here, we have some number systems. This is a binary number system. This is a octal number system. Let's say this is a decimal number system. Now, what is the relation between the number system? If if a number base of the number system, if base is small, then 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 its value, its equivalent value will be larger. So that is the relation between the various bases of the number system. If you will use a small base, that number will be very large in digits, in length, larger in length, in value. Okay, now I think you have got it. Now I tell you the simple answer of this question. Now this question is 4,32,267 base 10. When we are going to convert into smaller base, then this value will be larger, slightly larger. Fine, because we are converting that value into smaller base, then the resultant value will be slightly larger. Now look for the slightly larger value in the options. First option is very similar, so it can't be this. This value is smaller, this can't be this. But this value is too high. It is not 43,000, it is 216,000. So not, it can't be so much possible. It's not so high because the difference between these two bases is not very high. It will be slightly larger. Like say 43 can become 70,000. Okay, but not like 216,000. So got it, my answer? So this can't be the answer also. And so the answer is none of these. So if none of the three answer is satisfied, definitely its answer will be none of these. So now I give you the time. I give you this option for you. Take your time to solve it and tell what will be the right answer. But I have given the main proper solution, proper way to attempting such questions which are very time consuming. Fine. So these are smart work question and another question based on smart work. So the option is D. Fine. So that is the answer. That is the way we teach in our institute. Next question is uh, based on the capacity indicators, various various terms used in expressing memory or storage or time. So basically, if we talk about the storage of hard disk, we use various terms. Very common terms are gigabyte. Let's start from gigabyte, which is 10 raised to power 5. Just we start with the first. One is kilobyte. Kilobyte is 10 raised to power 3. Then comes megabyte. That is now just you have to keep the difference of 3 3. Then giga. Then peta. Then peta. One more terms will be there. Fine. After peta, I don't think so. Let's see. Then comes exabyte. Maybe it's zeta. Then exa. Then this, these are some popular terms. I just need to remember these terms. But I'm sure कि exabyte is 10 raised to power 18. Just you have to remember these terms. So now, uh, very good, all these terms are very accurate terms. Fine. So we have some few terms also maybe used in the future reference. Seven term. Okay. So now what they have asked about the exabyte. Now exabyte is equal to 10 raised to power 80. Okay. Now I think zeta will come. Uh, yes, zeta will come after this. Zeta byte will be 10 raised to power 21. Sorry, students. So after peta, there will be some term that is missing from my mind. Let me check again. One is first is kilobyte, then second is mega, then giga. Okay, yes, we have missed. Sorry, students, we have missed terabyte. That was a little confusion in my mind. So let's just forget it. Then fifth is peta, then is hexa, then is zeta, and some two, three terms or more zogobyte, zettabyte. So you have to remember. You can search the net for these terms. So, but our question concern is up to here. So, kilo is 10 to power 3, mega is 10 to 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 10 raised to power 20. Now, just see the options. I think A is the right answer. Let's go with the second option also. 1 zettabyte, 10 raised to power 21, divide by 10 raised to power 3, again 10 raised to power 18. So this also matches. So if two options matches, definitely third will be matches also. 1 petabyte, 10 raised to power 15 into 10 raised to power 3, 10 raised to power 18. So all of the above. So this is the right answer. Right? So but for this question, you have to remember all these terms, memory terms. Next one is based on logic gates, Boolean algebra. Consider the following circuit. This is NOR gate. How many minimum number of two input NAND gates are required to design the above circuit? So another important NIT trademark question. So in the institute, we show the students why NAND and NOR are universal gates. We show them we realize them all gates using the NAND gates or using NOR gates. Okay. So now this question can be solved using making a design. You can make a design uh, with NAND gate. So let's say first we have a NAND gate of two input NAND gate. Let's say it's A input. So now some rules I want to tell you. Rules are one input NAND gate is equal to NOT gate. Fine. Two input NAND gates A into B is equal to A into B complement. Fine. So you have to remember these two rules. So now take another input. This is the B input. So here we will get A dash. Here we will get B dash. Why? Because both inputs are same and it is considered as one input. And one input NAND gate, if we enter A, it will be A bar. If we enter B, it will be B bar. Now combine these two inputs with the NAND gate. Fine. So now this is again when we enter A dash into B dash, then whole dash, it will be A plus B. Again pass this using AND from with AND gate and you will get A plus B whole complement and that is equal to NOR gate. So this is a NOR gate we have produced using one NAND gate, two input NAND gate, three NAND gate and four NAND. Answer will be 4. So little time consuming questions, but um, if you study of let's say you are studying from our institute, so we tell the students to remember certain terms, to cram certain terms to avoid the time for solving this question. If you are from informatics, so this question can be solved in 2 seconds because we tell the students ki how many gates are used to construct this to this, this to this, this to this. So now I give you a little bit a table for your future reference, a table, and that will tell you how many NAND gates can be used to construct which gate. Okay, so let's we have a table. I can construct it. So you can note down for your future or your relative references. That is the table. Okay, so here is a table. Fine. This is the table. How many two inputs NAND gate, two inputs NAND gate are required to construct NOT gate? नॉट गेट के लिए सिर्फ हमें वन नैंड गेट चाहिए, और गेट के लिए हमें वी नीड 3, एंड गेट के लिए हमें 2 चाहिए होंगे. अभी हमने नॉर किया है, इसमें हमें 4 की जरूरत पड़ी है. एक्स जॉर के लिए, एक्सक्लूसिव और के लिए हमें 4 की जरूरत पड़ेगी और एक्स नॉर के लिए हमें 5 की जरूरत पड़ेगी. So this is already table we have prepared for the students so that you can save your valuable time, not to spend the time just drawing this diagram. Simple answer 4. Next one is from fundamentals. The time required for fetching and execution of one simple machine instruction is known as, this is from computer system architecture, instruction cycle, how the instructions are executed. As you know, by going through some stages, an instruction is executed. From first phase is fetch instruction, second is decode instruction, third is effective address, fourth one is execute the instruction. So while a CPU executes these instructions, it goes through some small burst time that's called CPU time, CPU cycle or machine cycle. It's called machine cycle. Fine. So, and sometimes it's also known as CPU cycle because it is generated by the CPU. So it's not a delay time. Delay time is no term, none term that is related with the instruction cycle. CPU cycle is machine cycle, very good, which matches the option. Real time is an internet concept, and seek time is related to storage, secondary storage devices. Fine, to find the uh, desired track on the hard disk. So that is the answer. CPU cycle. Next one is again from Boolean algebra. This is a repetition of the first question. I will say free 1 marks you can get if you know about the Boolean algebra rule, which you have seen on my first question. The answer is in that question also. X plus x dash y. This is called distributive rule. When one term is attached with two terms, then it's called distributive rule. Fine. It's very popular rule used in Boolean algebra. Fine. So this first term, A will go with x will go with x dash first, A plus B into A plus C. So this will become one complement rule, and that is x plus y. It will remain same. The answer is B option. And last one is again based on the number system. The logic XOR gate, exclusive OR gate, operation of 4A C0 with B5 3A. Now again, because it's a very lengthy question, it need again smart work. Very simple question, not a difficult question. But you should know about the working of XOR gate. XOR gate says if both inputs are same, if two inputs are same, so the output will be 0 because exclusive means different. So when both inputs are different, then you will get 1. Now these numbers are in hexadecimal. So first of all, we have to convert this into binary because these logic gates are applied on individual bits. So now I tell you, just see how the smart work can be done. Last digit is 0. So because this is hexadecimal, we will write 4 its equivalent in binary. So 0 will be 4 zeros in binary equivalent, and F will be 1 1 1 1. Okay, student. So just this was the 0 digit. Now, no need to just let's first solve it. Then we will go to the other remaining digits. If we can get the answer from one digit, then why to use other digits? Save your time. Go to the next question. Now apply XOR gate. Here two inputs, both same, both are different. Then you will get one. These now again different, one again different, one again different. So again they have asked the question in hexadecimal. In hexadecimal, 4 ones equal to F. It means the last option should be F, and that is the answer. In just one digit, we have got the answer by comparing. No need to do other things. But I can tell you one more for your knowledge. Next one is C. C means 12, and 12 is 100. A is 10, B is 11, C is 2. And then we have 3. 3 in binary is 0011. So this will be again 1, again 1, again 1, again. That will be F. So now that confirm our answer. The answer will be definitely C. And then similarly, you can do with other digits, but no in the entrance. It's your homework for your practice. That was the 10 questions. Not that is a way of attempting these 10 questions within 5 or less than 5 minutes. Fine. I'm Sanjay Gupta again from Infomats.